I'm Renee Knorr, model, creative director, founder of Global Women Wealth Warriors, Wellness Hub, and GW3 magazine. I dedicated my life and devoted my career into helping women and girls to achieving their goals. I've been passionate about empowering women and enriching men. This opportunity in working with the Global Women Wealth Warriors have afforded me the pleasure of traveling outside of the country to be a support unit, most importantly, to help impact and change lives. Our ultimate purpose is to help others to become whole from finance, spiritual, mental, as well as physical. We know there are challenges and obstacles to get you to the next level. However, it's time for you to level up, boss up, and welcome to Power to Soar.
Well, we want to say welcome to you, yes, and especially you to Voices, the TV show, where we bring you the voices from Clubhouse all the way to your house. You know, this show is brought to you by none other than the GW3 Global Club and the Global Women Wealth Warriors. The members are passionate about positively impacting the lives of women and girls while also enriching men to reach an abundant lifestyle, a lifestyle gained through financial literacy, through learning new currency, and maintaining healthy eating for wellness. Can I tell you, Renee is a global keynote speaker. She's an award-winning international model. She's a marathon runner, an award-winning golfer, along with too many other awards and accomplishments for me to mention in the short time that we're going to be on this TV program. Now, I want you to put your hands together. Those on Clubhouse, I want you to clap those mics for the beautiful one, for the legend, for the intelligent mentor, just to name a few, the woman herself, none other than the intelligent Renee Knorr.
I just love when you do that, Pastor Jeff. Oh my goodness. How are you doing? And thank you.
I'm doing wonderful, Renee. And how are you after this Resurrection Sunday? How are you doing this week?
I'm doing amazing. It definitely was a beautiful afternoon, being able to just reflect and give so much. I'm just so grateful, for where we are today, as well as just being able to be around family and friends. What about yourself, Jeff? What about you, Pastor Jeff?
I'm doing wonderful. Realize that as the pattern of Resurrection Sunday has come to the season, that there's some things that I need to resurrect in my life, bring back alive, respark the creativity, get these books that I've started and haven't completed, get them resurrected and get them out because there's people depending on it, Renee.
You already know. I already know. My goodness, Jeff, we are moving at fast pace with time right now, and things are just moving so fast. We're getting ready to go through the end of April. And you know what, Jeff? Next thing you know, we're going to be saying Happy New Year going into 2023. So I want you to do this for me. I want you to not only give yourself a deadline, in getting those projects out, but let's make sure we're doing more completions for 2022. Is that okay with you?
That's absolutely all right with me. On one of the projects, I actually have someone I'm co-authoring with, and so we've set some deadlines and I have accountability, so we know that that's going to get out. And then for the other ones, I have the phenomenal leader and creator of GW3 who's not going to give me no slack. And you know what, Renee? I've seen you working out, and
yes,
up under those beautiful clothes are some muscles. So I know I've got to get it done. Yes,
some little ones. It's amazing how, coming back from, of course, Africa as well as Dubai, body had to go through some moments of real, I think also healing too. What people don't realize, traveling so much, it takes a lot out of you. And once I got back into my rhythm, oh my goodness, We are on this 75 hard. And also, I will say this, Jeff, we've been eating clean. That's been the key right there. More vegetables alongside with leaner meats, such as, my fish. And I've noticed a difference. Even going to restaurants now, I order nothing but water with lime in it. And it has been a difference. It really has made a difference.
Renee, it actually it makes you feel better. I mean, you have a glow about you that people begin to notice and wonder, what are you using? And I'm just eating healthy. I'm
That's it.
exercising and I feel
Yes.
better. I think better. And speaking of that, we have our first guest, Miss Diane Morse, who has spent over 30 years combining food and fashion. And when you think about it, if you don't eat right, it's going to be hard to be fashionable. And so I can't wait to hear what she brings to Voices, the TV show, and how that's going to impact all of our listeners.
Absolutely. You know what's so great about this particular beauty here? Not only were we able to connect with her right there from the clubhouse, everyone know how we love to bring the voices from the clubhouse into your homes. This beauty here, she's like one of our seasoned millennials, Jeff. And when I tell you, she haven't missed a beat when it comes down to fashion. She hasn't missed a beat when it comes down to style. And what I love most about her is, well, she loves making sure others understand their power with the power of style and fashion. So how about this? Without further ado, let's bring up the one and the only Miss Diane Morris. Oh my goodness, can't wait to see your beautiful face. Hey,
There
Diane.
she is. Hello, hello, everyone.
Hello,
Oh my
Diane.
goodness.
Hello. Thank you
So
for having me tonight.
you are so welcome, Diane. Everyone looks so great, Jeff. I always give you compliments. My goodness, but look at Diane as well. I need that necklace, Diane, in my life.
Okay, we'll see about rearranging that one for you. No problem.
It looks
Wonderful,
like a
wonderful.
beautiful Egyptian piece.
Yes,
Yeah,
and
you're right. Absolutely.
yes. So, Diane, how do you do it, beautiful? You are so vibrant, so much great energy and grace, might I add, as well. You keep your style and your fashion so current. What has been your secrets? Please, we love to know.
Okay, well, thank you so much. Yes. Grew up with two other sisters who were fashion oriented as well. And every season we had to go shopping to keep up with the styles. And when you have three sisters, I'm the middle one, in one bedroom with a closet full of clothes, you cannot not live and show off what you bought at the store. So,
Absolutely. You
so
know,
that's where it came.
okay.
And uh-huh. And throughout my years, I just felt good. And when you feel good, you look great. And when you look great, you feel amazing.
Yes,
Yeah.
yes, yes. I agree with you. I agree with you so much. I love your signature glasses. That's one of the things that also is your statement. You almost forgot that, but I didn't allow you to forget it.
Okay.
Your signature red glasses. When did you start wearing those, babes? Because I love them. And what started you to even with that fashion trend?
Okay. Well, thank you so much. Yes. It was something that I knew when once we're on Zoom. Um, we just don't have our full presence all the time. So 2 years ago, I decided, well, what can I do? Can I wear a signature pin? Can I wear my hair the same? And I decided, well, now that I have to wear glasses full time, I said, oh, I love the red. I'm going to the eyeglass place, and I'm going to find the red glasses, not overly red and not overly big because I'm a small woman anyway. So that's where the red glasses came to be.
I love it. I love it. What is so wonderful, when we are in this world, coming from, being a part of the whole Ebony Fashion Fair, I guess, the Ebony Fashion Fair legacy, as well as working alongside with some of our great designers from Oscar de la Renta, alongside with also, the man himself, Tadashi. What I love, having a statement piece, right? That will always be, one of those things that no matter what, people will always remember. I love when first Tom Ford came out. And remember Tom Ford with his white shirt and his black suit. And that was just who Tom Ford was. And it was so great because that was something that what we always remembered about him. And that's why I say with you, beautiful, those glasses have just been your statement piece. Now, I know not only do you work with ladies in all different, sizes, but right now, it's all about spring, right? And we jumped right, it's like we sprung right into spring. And with the new fashion trends, what do your clients look forward to, especially during this time? Please share.
Okay, well, thank you. Yes, the spring 2022 is filled with a rainbow of colors. It is not anymore that you have probably the cream, maybe the green, and the pinks. Now it's full of all shades and tints of orange and pink, and they're either called passion pink or they're called cantaloupe or watermelon, and the purples and the seafoam green. I mean, it is a host of colors that will look great on any woman walking in the door. So that's what's been so fabulous. And so many people walking in are saying, I'm so grateful for the colors because I've been in my house with my yoga pants on. It's either gray or black. And I am ready to live again and live again in beautiful colors.
You make me laugh talking about those yoga pants. We were just talking about that. It was like, it was so funny. With Zoom, you said everybody's dressed from the waist up, but then when you get down, it's like, really? Okay. And that was one of the greatest things we wound up doing as well, Diane. When we were filming with, the alumni,
Mhm.
I'm sorry, Fashion Fair alumni. Oh my goodness. When we were filming during the whole pandemic time, one of the greatest things we look forward to is getting dressed up on Sunday, right? And when you're talking about those colors, oh my goodness, I was like, okay, I got to get some orange. I got to get some purple. I know for sure. I love royal blue. Tell us, which one is your favorite color?
Okay. Well, as you know, I'm dark haired and
Yes.
I call myself part of the diamonds. I have four diamond, ruby, sapphire, and pearls. So I am also a winter. So I tend to go for the bold colors,
Mm.
the bright pinks, the bright, yeah, and yellow. Yellow is phenomenal this year. And women say, I can't wear yellow. I can't wear yellow. I said, yes, you can. We're just going to find whether it's the butter color, the lemonade color, or the bright yellow school bus color. So don't deny yourself of any color. So I'm
Yes.
pretty much the bolds, um, the pinks, like I said, the yellows and the oranges is where I tend to look my best.
I love it. So not only is this for ladies, guys, you want to spruce up your wardrobe as well. You heard it right there from our queen herself, Miss Diane. I need to get some more yellow because yellow is one of my great colors too. I love wearing yellow. It always makes me just, give me more energy for whatever
It does.
reason, right? It does.
Yes,
It's like,
it
even if it's
does.
raining outside, I put some yellow on. It's like, yes, energy all over the place. So I love that. Red, it's amazing how usually we have red on because that's kind of like one of our theme colors as well. But I'm
Uh-huh.
so happy that we did something a little soft stated tonight. And I'm so looking forward to meeting you. You're right here in the Atlanta area. Let's do this, Diane. Let's go ahead on and plan for our next photo shoot. And we're going to have you one of our stylish queens to bring out all of that good energy with these different colors. You know, even if you want to do something like a sherbet, I love that too, with an array of
Absolutely.
colors. Would you like that?
I think it would be fabulous. We can really get the energy going and the smiles, and we'll just show our true best selves from the inside out.
I love it. Consider it done. Well, Diane, it has been such a pleasure having you here. Please let everybody know how to get in contact with you if they need some more of those fashion tips from our seasoned millennial, baby. Please let everybody
Okay.
know how they can get in contact with you.
Oh, thank you so much. Yes, feel free to contact me at Diane, Diane, at Diane B. Morris, that's B as in boy, Morris, MORRIS.com. And I'll be happy to, respond. You can even call me on my phone. That's 678-389-1016. I'd love to talk to you. Let's start a conversation so you can be your best self and we'll inspire each other.
I love it. You heard it right there from our GW3, our global warrior, seasoned millennial, Miss Diane B. Morris. She's blazing the universe with her energy, blazing the universe with style and fashion. Oh my goodness. And we're going to be preparing for our next photo shoot for the GW3 Glam Squad. Guys, this is just a beginning. What's so wonderful, we also have another amazing designer. She's actually been blazing the universe right across from New York City, Italy, as well as Paris, all over with her fashion gear. Diane, you're gonna love Karen Geddes. Had the opportunity of meeting her right there in New York City. Oh my goodness, her pieces are to live for. So without further ado, what we're going to do, we're going to have this video, and then after the video, we're going to show the one and only, bring Miss Diane. We're going to bring Miss Karen Geddes to the stage. Thank you, Diane, for joining us for this week's Voices, the talk show.
Thank you. It's been my pleasure.
Welcome back, guys. Thank you so very much for joining us for this week's Voices, the talk show. Yes, I am your host, Renee Knorr, and I'm so excited to bring up our very next guest. Not only have I had the opportunity of meeting her right in the clubhouse during our 31 days of fashion, and oh my goodness, the time is going by so fast because we are approaching a full year of that, but I also had the opportunity of meeting her in person right there in New York City. Without further ado, let's bring up the one, the only, Miss Karen Geddes.
Hi, Miss Renee. How are
Hey,
you?
beautiful. Oh my goodness. How are you doing, Miss Karen?
I'm doing fabulous. And yourself?
I am so happy that I hear your voice. I see your beautiful face and everything. I'm doing great. Happy Sunday to you. I
Thank
said
you.
Sunday. Happy Monday to you. It feels like everything is all going together because we had such a great day for, resurrection for Christ. But how are you doing, beauty?
I'm doing fabulous, fabulous.
Yes, yes. Well, Karen, we have been talking about the power of style while fashion talks. And I was sharing with the viewers, we have the opportunity of meeting right there on the clubhouse. It's hard to believe, Karen, we're coming up on 1 year right now. June will make it our full anniversary of you and I being able to connect right there on the clubhouse. What has the clubhouse done for you, Karen? Please share.
It actually put me in touch with you and some other fabulous ladies. So I jumped into your room, I guess almost a year today. And, we forged a relationship and a friendship. And I'm happy for Clubhouse about that.
Absolutely, absolutely. Well, you know what was always so amazing? When I saw your pieces, I'm like, oh my goodness. And I saw all those great billboards in New York City, and then your tear sheets that you had from Elle alongside with Vogue. I was like, my goodness, I'm so proud of you. And then the opportunity came for me to meet you in New York City with the Breakfast with Champions, and you blazed that rooftop, girl, with your fashion. Oh my goodness. So, Karen, tell the viewers, what is your inspiration? What inspired you to get started as a fashion designer?
I always wanted to be a model, but obviously that wasn't going to work because I'm only 5'2". Uh, and also back then, and I won't say my age, but back then, there weren't a lot of African American female models, with the exception of yourself, running for Fashion Ebony Fair. But yeah, that's what I wanted to do. But life had other plans for me, and I went into the corporate world. And after being in the corporate world, I'm just like, these ladies are so boring. They need some help. And it just started from there. I was like, just help them out. You know what to do. And that's what I did.
I'm glad you did that, Karen, because you're absolutely correct. Even in the corporate world, because I used to also work for the banks, right? And my goodness, I was just like, I got to do something different. They're like, you dress a little bit too fashion forward to be in the bank. And we just really want to have a little bit more swagger, right? Nothing's wrong with that. When I saw your pieces, from the Camellia Ray alongside with, each one from Tamara, alongside with even what is her name? I'm sorry. Oh my God, I'm like so excited. Want to talk about their names, but I can't even get their names out as it stands right now. The different models who wore your pieces, Dominique Murphy, as well as golly, this is
There was
messed up.
women that got to wear my clothes. So I was happy about that with the Breakfast of Champion team.
Yes, the entire amazing mod squad, speakers, they all did an incredible job in showcasing your collection right there on that rooftop. And thank you. I got to say this again. Thank you for the connection to Tazos with those incredible furs as well. It was because of you we have the opportunity of bridging that gap and just giving the whole wow factor with the fashion presentation. So, Karen, while you're
Yes,
over there creating more excitement in fashion, what are some of the fashion trends that you are going to be doing coming up for spring, summer, and even going into your fall collection?
well, I'm working on what I would call my maxi line, which is
Mhm.
long coats and long dresses that can be paired up with pants. Um, and with me, with KG's House of Fashion, you're always going to get some leather. So there's going to be some leather. There's going to be some python going on in some of these pieces. I'm just all about the sexy and keeping women glamorous and making sure while they're in the corporate world that they're making a statement from the boardroom to their nightlife. That's what KG's House of Fashion is all about. So you're liable to get anything from me as long as it's classy, sexy, and forward fashion.
Classy, sexy, and forward fashion. Love,
I,
love, love those three. You know, when we had the opportunity of also showcasing you right in Atlanta for the Power to Soar Leadership Conference, let me share this with you. Oh, everybody was like, they were holding, as they would say, they were clutching their pearls. You had some pantsuits. I remember Miss Ivory Shield wore a smashing outfit, and all of the other ladies as well. You know, one of the greatest things about your collection, Karen, I like the fact that it's finesse, you know, it has that feminine side, but also it has that edge as well. So when you put your concepts together, like you said, the leather, you never know what's going to happen. I like the fact that you put that, you know, those textures, you know. So when you thought about fusing those textures, who were some of the designers that you are, I would say you looked up to? Who are some of your actual mentors?
I actually like DVF, which is Diana. She
Mm-hmm.
does a wrap dress like no other designer. I like Oscar, and who cannot like Chanel? Chanel will always give you classic. Chanel will always give you classy. So those are some of the designers I look up to. And I actually, Tom Brown is somebody that I like as well. So yeah, I mean, I have a lot of inspiration. So I get it from some of them. But my mom's also, although she wasn't in the fashion world, my mom always wore corporate suits. She always dressed her best. And that's something that inspired me to keep going. Because she was like, when you step out your front door, you want to make a statement. You want to turn some heads. And I was like, yes, Ma, yes. And that's what inspired me as well. So I give some
Oh,
as well.
I love it. I love it. Turning heads, and that's what you do. When you said 5'2", I'm like, no, she's not. She's like 7'2", because every time I see you, you always bring it. You are always bringing it. Okay. I never even look at you from a height perspective because you bring so much value, and you have such, you know, that aura about yourself when you step into the room as well. So, Mom, thank you. Thank you for being the inspiration to our very own Miss Karen. So I know we had the conversation with a fabulous our season millennial, Miss Diane Morris, and she was talking about some of the new colors for the, you know, for spring and all about the bright colors. What has been one of your favorite colors, Karen? Please share.
Ooh, well, white is my favorite color, white, ivory. Um, as I started getting into fashion very heavily, I like some burnt orange.
Mm.
Orange, and I've never was really a red person, but I actually like red going into burgundy as well, as long as it's done correctly.
Yeah.
So red, white, and burnt oranges are some of my favorite colors, and every collection will probably have red, burnt orange, and white in there somewhere along the line.
I love it. I love it. And as you're transitioning into the spring, you know, with the new colors, you know, I'm sure you give us a little bit of a teaser in regard to the colors that you're going to be transitioning to, and then also share with us what are some of your work that you do in the community. We'd love to know that.
So the colors that I'm working on, pink has been one of my colors for this year. I don't necessarily follow the fashion trend of colors. I do my own thing. I try to stay out of their way and just focus on what I believe women look good in. So right now, there's going to be a lot of pink. There's going to be a lot of vanilla, which is a form of white. And as I said, I'm going to give you some burnt orange. So those are some of the colors that we're working on right now.
Love it. Absolutely
And,
love it.
and one of the things I think your next question was, I love Dress for Success. Again, I want all women who step out their front door to be fashion forward, to make a statement. Because I believe when you step out your door to go to work or wherever you're going, if you're dressed really well, your confidence level will rise. And that's what we want. We want to make those statements. We want to show that we are empowering women to be their best. And that's what KG's House of Fashion is all about, empowering other women.
Absolutely. And you know, I feel very confident in saying each lady that puts on one of your collections, they feel just that. Not only do they have the class, but also it just gives you a whole different feeling about your whole femininity as a woman. So I like to say thank you. Thank you for being able to make us feel so special with your collection. Well, I know for sure you're preparing for a couple of fashion shows there in New York City, as well as probably even abroad. How can everybody get in contact with you, Karen? Please let us know.
Okay, so my website is www.kghof.com, as well as the email address is kg@kghof.com, and via Instagram, which is at kghof.com. So everything just says kghof.com.
I love it. I love it. You know what? I got a message right here. The guys want to know, are you doing anything for the men this year or even years to come? Please, the men already asked me all these questions.
And I gotta say, I'm coming, but just not yet, because in my opinion, I'm tired of seeing some men in skinny clothing. I want men to broaden their pants leg and not wear everything so tight. So I'm coming to them soon. Yes.
Oh wow. Oh wow. Well, you know, that's that whole Britain style for sure. You know, and I totally understand. I totally understand. Well, I'm grateful that we have within the GW3 arm our very own fashion, our very own fashion designer, the one and the only Miss Karen Geddes. And Karen, you know, I'm grateful to say that you're not that far away, but are we going to be seeing you abroad coming soon?
Yes, I'm trying to do London. And I actually, Paris is fun, but because I do corporate wear, or, you know, I won't say just corporate wear, modernize today's fashion woman, I want to go to, it's called Sayers Row in London, and they do bespoke suits. And I love bespoke suits because when you have on a suit, again, you're going to always feel very confident about your appearance when you step outside. So I am going to dress women domestically and internationally. So, yes.
I love that. Absolutely love that. You know, I feel as if too that whole statement that fashion makes, you know, it's that expression how fashion makes you feel, and also being able to just, you know, not only have your collection here on a national level, but also on an international level, because it's definitely global. We had the opportunity of bringing your pieces right with us to Africa, and as Michelle, alongside with beautiful Stephanie and also Marcy, they had the opportunity of showcasing your pieces. And the great part about it also, being able to bless others. You have been an incredible blessing to the world, Karen. And I just cannot tell you thank you enough. Thank you for everything that you do, your gems that you drop with us. And I look forward to seeing you also be a mentor for some of our up and coming fashion designers, you know, our emerging designers.
And actually, I'm doing that already. I have a couple of interns that I work with, and I just speak to them woman to woman on a fashion level. So whatever they ask, I'm always willing to jump in because someone mentored me, and you have to return the favor back to somebody else to make the world better. So yes.
I love it. I truly, truly love it. Well, I'm so grateful for your time. And you know what we probably do? I want to see if Pastor Jeff can join us later, as well as if we could probably pull back our season millennial and let's do a little bit more talking about this fashion talks. Let's bring the team back. And what we'll do, we'll talk about some things that, that us as a group can possibly think about how we can collaborate, but also, as you said, bring it more to our future leaders of tomorrow. So how about we do this? We'll show this video, and when we come back, we'll have our additional guest, Pastor Jeff, alongside with Diane Morris, join us as we continue on with Power of Style Fashion Talks for this week Voices.
Absolutely.
Absolutely wonderful. Well, guys, thank you and welcome back to this week's Voices to Talk show. And it's so incredible. We've been having an amazing conversation with our seasoned millennial, Miss Diane B. Morris, fashion stylist, as well as just a pioneer in the industry who just knows how to slay her customers when it comes down to fashion. And then, of course, the one and the only fashion entrepreneur, as well as the mogul who's been blazing the universe, not only with her fashion pieces in Elle, Vogue. I mean, she's all over the globe, tearing up those billboards right there in New York City. And I cannot wait to see her coming up soon in New York City. And the man himself, the voice, that's right, the voice, Pastor Jeff. I'm so excited, Pastor Jeff, my co-host. Have you been hearing these great conversations this week?
Renee, I have been listening to these wonderful, great conversations, and I am intrigued with both Karen and with Miss Diane. And I would love to hear from Miss Diane on how she incorporates the food with fashion. As we've said earlier, she has over 30 years of experience in blending the DNA of food and fashion.
Yes, thank you so much. It's a pleasure to meet you, Karen. I've heard you many times on Clubhouse, but this is great to see you face to face. That's amazing. Yes, I have been a registered dietitian for many years. I won't say how many, yet I knew at a young age that when you eat right, it'll take you many, many years to look and feel great. My mentor was my mother-in-law. She introduced me to makeup at age 15. So she said, you got to have this makeup. You got to have this makeup. I won't say the name of the makeup place, but so I started with that and finished my degree with a Bachelor of Science in Foods and Nutrition. So that has always been very, very special to me, and I wanted everybody to feel healthy. I lost my brother-in-law at age 40 to a massive heart attack, left my older sister um, with her two children at age 7 and 11. And so that really got me into the point where I have to teach how people can be more healthier. Um, and so that started that round. And I've always loved fashion. So I combine both food and fashion. So when you combine both of those, like I said, your DNA will show up, you'll look beautiful, you'll feel better, and people around you will notice and they want to know more about you, the person. Thank you.
Yeah, Miss Diane, if we counted, there could be a different diet for all 365 days of the year. Now, I was taught that diet is not something that you do temporarily, but it's something that is a lifetime change. And so, for all of those who are listening, would you address that for us about the mind shift of what diet as well as is there a difference for this change for men and for women, or is it the same?
It's basically the same. Each female and male do have their own nutritional requirements. And depending on what life cycle you are in, that also gives you different nutritional requirements. But the best thing I can tell you is divide your plate, your dinner plate, half is protein. The other side is divided into two halves. That's going to be colorful vegetables. And the other part are whole grains. So no matter what age you are, even a toddler can follow that type of a plate, colorful and fulfilling and healthy.
Well, thank you so very much, Miss Diane. And I want to go to Miss Karen. Miss Karen, I was sitting back waiting. I was wanting to ask that question about the men and the men fashion. So I'm glad to hear that you are at least considering bringing the men in. And when you talked about those colors, I mean, I think, man, I think I could do some burnt orange. And as you talked about it, for Pastor Jeff, because I have a little bit of years on me, I definitely never got into the fashion of those tight pants. And so I was glad to hear you make the remark of going back to widening those legs a little bit. Let's leave a little bit to the imagination. And so my question for you, Miss Karen, is that as you put your colors together for the ladies, what would be complementary colors for the men? Now we know black and white traditional. A man who's in that form of black and white is going to look good and feel good. But what would be some other complementary colors, and where would they be at? Would they be in the accessories? What say you, Miss Karen?
Well, most men tend to color.
Look like we're having some technical difficulties with Miss Karen Renee. And
Yeah.
is she back? While she's coming back, Renee, what do you say about the men and the colors? You're a international award winning Ebony Fashion Fair model.
I absolutely love seeing men wear color. I think it's refreshing. It's a bold statement. I remember when I lived in New York City, Jeff, there was my lawyer. And lo and behold, his rule of fashion was that he wore pink every day. Every day he wore pink. Now, he wasn't a short man, Pastor Jeff. He was every bit of 6'8". Okay, very robust and very confident in wearing his pink. Pink was his favorite color. And my goodness, it looked really, really good on him. And his wife was very happy to see him dressed so lovely as well. So I say this for the men, fashion is definitely a statement where you can embrace those new colors. One of the things I said, if you're going to wear a purple suit, because I do see some guys wearing purple suit, it got to be the right designer who's doing that suit, right? And I would prefer, if it's going to be a purpose suit, make sure it's custom made. One of the greatest things I notice with guys, especially when they go through their transition, as Miss Diane was talking about, eating healthier. Right now, everyone's doing a transition with the weight as well as fashion. So even when you lose, you make an adjustment, because we already know what muscle weighs. I mean, muscle looks toner than fat. And so sometimes when you're losing those inches, it's okay to also get those clothes taken in. So even if you cannot afford to have custom, you still could look like it's custom by making sure your clothing fit you a certain way. I think that's probably one of the best tips, definitely for men. I don't have a problem with men being fashion forward with color, as well as I think color is just good energy. Jeff, I love seeing a man with bright colors on. It shows confidence.
Absolutely, Renee. I remember when I first started wearing pink and doing Breast Cancer Awareness Month. I'll wear pink every Sunday. Whether it's a pink tie, a pink shirt, a pink handkerchief, pink accessories. I haven't gotten into the pink jackets yet, but
Okay.
I can wear pink, and I don't mind wearing bold colors as accessories. But as dark as I am, I haven't got to like the lime green and peach colored jackets, but I will do those as accessories.
Yeah.
Looks like Miss Karen is back.
And I would agree, Pastor Jeff, not everyone can wear bold colors, and most men will not step out in
Absolutely.
Yes. I think what's happening,
a
I think it's
pink
just
suit.
whether confidence level, right? I think it's a confidence level for men. And
Yes.
when it comes down to that confidence level, I think it just depends on, when you're in as a fashion model, Jeff, one of the greatest things we did with when Miss Johnson brought pieces, she always, tried to pair it up with different complexion tones, right? And wanted to see how each one of the models felt in certain pieces, right? In order to help bring it to life. And I feel as if still till today, sometimes we have to go through those moments of trying things on. If it's something that really can connect with your personality, fabulous, wonderful, right? However, if it's something that you may want to be a little bit more conservative with and do an accent piece like what you shared, Jeff, I think that's phenomenal as well. Yes.
Renee, you hit it right there on the head for men in the confidence level, as well as when you talked about that tip of a tailor-made suit. And if you can't get it tailor-made, at least go get it tailored so that it fits you, because every man has a different body shape, and you want it to fit correctly because it changes the way you feel about yourself. And I remember my first tailor-made suit. When I put that suit on, Lord have mercy, my chest stuck out with the grinning, and I was like, I was stuck for life. And so I love God has blessed me to be able to have quite a few tailored, have my suits tailored,
Yes.
have my ties tailored. And that's something. What do you say about men? How can they go out and not worry like maybe some women worry about somebody else having on what they have on? I know I hear women just hate it when they go into a event and they look across the room and somebody has on the same dress or the same outfit as they. And men, I feel the same way. I don't want to go in and then you have on the same thing. So what can we as men, uh, being fashion minded, do? And that's for you or either for Diane.
I'll start, and then Diane, I'll love you to share as well. Most men at this point, just like ladies, we have our favorite color, right? And if a guy has something that is his favorite color, to always make sure you stand out, where even, black suits, pinstripe suits, navy blue suit, most guys' suits are going to look alike. However, you can always spruce it up by just having custom made handkerchiefs. Your handkerchiefs could be something that's just totally different, and pocket squares aren't that expensive at all, right? But now you can literally get something that's so unique. You can get those custom. So whenever you wear that suit that probably everyone else in their closet is going to have on, they won't have the same pocket square. So that can always be something to jazz it up and add a different type of swagger where, the men could always feel like no one looks like me.
Right.
Miss Diane, would
Yes.
like to chime in.
Okay, sure. You know, women probably don't uh, listen or watch sports events, but of course, my husband has sports all day long, no matter what sport it is or what time it is. So I love looking at sports announcers. They are sharp dressers, and they will wear a plaid suit with probably a striped shirt. They got their neckerchief. They've got everything looking great. And I just am mesmerized by that because they feel confident, and they're confident just because of who they are, because most of them, as you know, are past sports celebrities. So that's a great image that they are portraying as well, is that you could wear football attire, you could wear basketball, tennis, but when you're in front of the camera, they show how awesome they can be and put colors together. So I'm glad for that. And I am seeing more dark suits with brown shoes that are walking the streets today. Before it used to be dark brown, cordovan or black, and then now it's the brown shoes. And I find that to be really, really fashion forward now.
Absolutely. And so, to the man that wants to have his own style, and we know that there's some fashion icons, but what can a man do to have his own style? Like in the 90s, what I did, ladies, was I started matching my ties with my socks, and I was wearing these wild colored socks. And so my my trend was that Pastor Jeff was folks want to see what kind of socks was he gonna have on next. Although they're doing that now, these young people think that they created that, he invented it. But what can a man or a woman do so that they're fashionable, but they have their own brand, so to speak?
I love wearing hats. That's kind of like my swagger, right? And it's just I love hats in so many different colors and styles. And it just doesn't necessarily have to be because of the winter, because usually most people like to wear hats when it's fall time. But I love wearing an oversized hat, not a traditional fedora, but one with a wider brim. And usually when I go to Paris or I go to London, that's where I usually get a lot of my hats from. And it just gives me that confidence, right? And I find comfort in that. One of the other things I love wearing are trains. If you know my wardrobe, it has an abundance of trains, and not a lot of people can wear a train. And it just gives me that extra, as they would say, that glamour feel, right? Because I don't have a problem with being classified as a glamazon. I enjoy wearing my trains. So those are the two things that I feel as if helps to differentiate my trend from anyone else, Jeff.
Right. Um, and so, as far as style, when I style women, we take into effect their personality styles,
Mhm.
whether they are classic or they are maybe the boho chic, which is the new hippie, or just somebody that just likes casual. And for men, they may look great with a softer blazer than the tight, straight lapels, or they may look great in a leather jacket. But when you put the leather jacket with the right shoes, the right pants, the right shirt, you look pretty awesome. Heads were turned when you walk down the street. So we do take into effect their personality and what they feel most comfortable with, and then build the wardrobe around that. And they love wearing their clothes. Their significant other loves seeing them in their clothes. And it's probably very attractive to someone who would like to say, hey, I want to know about this guy.
Oh, absolutely. Thank you. Miss Karen, welcome back. And we can't hear you, Miss Karen. We're not able to hear Miss Karen. So while we're waiting on Miss Karen to get
Yes.
her audio in, Renee, for
Yes.
men, because we all have different complexions, it's obvious that Pastor Jeff has a nice dark complexion,
Right.
and I am pleasingly handsome in my darkness. What colors do you like to see, say, a darker melanated man in, and what colors for perhaps a lighter complexion? What turns your head if you're walking down the street and you see him for the first time?
You know, I love the color that Diane talked about earlier, the yellow. Yellow is a nice, I look at it as like one of those neutral colors that most skin tones can wear. Of course, there's like several different shades of yellow. She talked about the lemonade yellow. She talked about the mustard yellow. She talked about the lighter yellow. Yellow is a powerful color. I think would look nice on all different shades. Yellow is like one of those colors. It's like, especially, and I'll say this, Jeff. I have a dear friend. His name is Rodney High, and my goodness, he's about your complexion. And my, he loves wearing brilliant colors. Brilliant colors. He wears more brighter shades, from your reds, the pinks, the yellows, the blues, all types of bright colors. And it just really accentuates his color scheme even more so, right? And I just really find it based upon the personality of the person. If you feel confident enough to wear those colors, make a statement. Don't blend in. I always say it's time to blend out. Allow your personality to come through. And even if it's something that you're not, I'm going to say trying, if you're wearing something for the first time, see what happens. See what happens. Like I said, when it's raining outside, I love wearing bright colors. Oh my goodness. That's one of the best ways to make yourself feel great about who you are too, by doing something that no one else be expecting.
Absolutely. Renee, for some men who may not be completely color coordinated, their significant others may lay their clothes out for you. I'm one of those men that I lay my own clothes out. But what I've learned is that I don't see myself. And so I think it's a good tip for men to, even if you lay your own clothes out, you know what you like, but you don't see yourself. And so get advice, especially from a lady. I mean,
Yeah.
you ladies are able to tell us, no, Pastor Jeff, that one doesn't work. Oh, I absolutely love that one, Pastor Jeff. And I think vice versa, uh, Diane, for the ladies, that
Mhm.
you can't see yourself. You know what makes you feel good, but I think having someone from the opposite sex or someone to give you the filter and say, well, that doesn't quite look right, or that just looks stunning on you. What do you say about that, Ms. Diane?
I think you're so true, is that, it's a boomerang effect that once you walk out the door, or you walk out of your room where you get dressed, or even looking in the mirror, um, it is a reflection of who you are and what you stand for. And we all need that extra set of eyes to tell us, I don't think that's going to work out for you today. Or if you're going to meet, excuse me, a prospective client, what do they basically wear? We tell in an interview process, if they tell you to wear casual, dress for the position and the position that you would like next. So that is always very helpful. And the same as the opposite. If the dress code or the interviewer is wearing a suit and tie, just like you, then I tell them, please, please, please do not wear your sports shirt, and looking real casual, because you're not fitting into probably their culture that they find to be what they want. So those extra set of eyes really does help with communication and alignment and commonality.
That's a good point, Diane, is that when we're dressing for corporate and dressing for success, there are some fashion expectations. But when you're going out on your own, you can set some of your own fashion rules. I think that's a very good point for us to make. Welcome back, Renee. We missed you.
Oh,
Yes.
I love it. I love it. Guys, this has been such an amazing week. I'm telling you, I love talking about fashion, Jeff, alongside with Diane and that amazing designer, Miss Karen Geddes. I am right here. And you know what I want to say? We're going to have to continue on this conversation, Jeff, next week. I feel as if this right here is so juicy. We don't want to stop right now. However, we do have to pay the bills.
Yes.
Yes.
We're going to have another fashion show on Clubhouse.
We have another fashion show coming up on Clubhouse in June.
We're going to have one, Renee. We're going to have to where we just change those profiles.
Let's do
Love it.
You know, we'll be approaching our 1-year anniversary with the 31 days of fashion, Jeff. So let's plan that out, okay? 31 days of fashion. Here we come for our first year anniversary. And oh my goodness.
I cannot wait.
Exactly. So I know for sure we're looking forward to having Diane. She's going to be actually styling us for our next photo shoot that we're working on. And you know what, Jeff? I would love for us to have the men and the women to come together for that shoot. What do you think, Diane?
I think that's a wonderful idea, Renee.
I think that would be amazing. We will really show and turn some heads for sure.
I love it. Well, guys, I'm so grateful. Diane, thank you so very much for being a part of this week's Voices to Talk show, alongside with that amazing Miss Karen Geddes. And you already know how much I absolutely love you, Pastor Jeff. It has been another incredible week, and we are looking forward to seeing you next week on Voices to Talk show. Until then, tune in with us in the Clubhouse from 12 noon to 2 p.m. Eastern Standard Time from Monday through Fridays. Thank you guys so very much for joining us on this week's
Blessings and peace.
Thank you.
You're
It's been
welcome.
a pleasure.
I'm Renee Knorr, model, creative director, founder of Global Women Wealth Warriors, Wellness Hub, and GW3 magazine. I dedicated my life and devoted my career into helping women and girls to achieving their goals. I've been passionate about empowering women and enriching men. This opportunity in working with the Global Women Wealth Warriors have afforded me the pleasure of traveling outside of the country to be a support unit, most importantly, to help impact and change lives. Our ultimate purpose is to help others to become whole from finance, spiritual, mental, as well as physical. We know there are challenges and obstacles to get you to the next level. However, it's time for you to level up, boss up, and welcome to Power to Soar.